secret about me. I'm a preacher too, so I like participation as well. And you know, if you don't say amen or something with the preacher, they're gonna stay up there all day. And he told me to shut up. That's why I clap so loud. How are you doing this evening? No, how are you doing this evening? Okay, that's awesome. My name is Jadeenah, and this is Stephen, my work husband, and we are with Family Legacy Planners. So what we are a legal document preparation service. Okay, so let me tell you why this is important. Because a lot of times our families leave here and the wealth goes down the drain because we have not pre-planned. Somebody say pre-plan.
Pre-plan.
I told y'all I'm a preacher too. Somebody say pre-plan.
Pre-plan.
Okay, so I'm going to give Stephen the mic for just a little bit because he likes to talk as much as I do, and I don't want you guys to... Here you go, Stephen.
Is that the right distance? Okay. Up a little higher? Yeah. Okay, we're good. The other day I was walking the dog early in the morning, and there was a rack of nails laying on the ground from a nail gun. And it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I always look for the mystery in the things that happen to me. It's very unusual to find a rack of nails from a nail gun. And I picked it up and I said, this will take out a tire. And then I thought about what Jadeenah, we were looking for the right statement that says something. And what came to my mind is nail down your legacy today. Nail down your legacy today. You're in Nevada. You're in one of the most litigious areas in the country. You guys have assets. And if something happens, the what ifs. We always talk about the what ifs. Well, the what ifs, those are what... There was a man that was talking about businesses, African-American businesses. He was talking about fumbling the ball. And then I realized what Jadeenah and I do, we don't keep people from fumbling the ball. We keep you from getting your knees chopped out from under you. We keep you from the guy that's coming after you. And he's going to take your business, your real estate, and there's a thing called LLC, Limited Liability Corporation. Why do they make those? Legacy protection. Why do you have a trust? Legacy protection. Protect yourself from the guy that's going to get you from the side. Not the guy that's coming at you. You can see where he's coming from. What we do is we provide protection in another way. And this is the legal mind. Learn how to do that.
So one thing, let me tell you, can somebody guess how much legacy or how much revenue and income is lost after somebody after the first generation passes?
50%.
You said 50%? Is that what you guys think? Say 75? Anybody else? 30. 70% is lost in that next generation. 70% of everything you worked hard for, everything that you have built, everything that you have slaved for, everything that you have, I don't want to say slave because you know back in Jadeenah. But everything you have sweated for, 70% is lost when you hand it down to the next generation. Does somebody know how much is lost in that next generation?
All of it.
We at 70, 90%. So you have taken the time to build a business. You have taken the time to invest in yourself, in your family, to make sure that the legacy goes on, right? You're sitting with your husband, you're sitting with your attorneys, and some attorneys, if there's attorneys in here, I'm sorry, I'm gonna bust your bubble for a minute. Some of them do not say anything because it's okay for it to go to the probate court. So it's okay for it to get stuck in litigation because now, there's a nice little payday, right? I'm scared sometimes to give Stephen the microphone, but I'm gonna give it to you in a second. Yes. So everything that you've worked for, that can go down the drain. Is anybody familiar with the Vanderbilts? Yeah. Do you know how much money they have now? The generation that they have now? Nothing. Over $300 million that they started with, because they did not plan ahead, is lost. Did that ouch you a little bit? If it ouch, say ouch.
Ouch.
That should hurt somebody's feelings. Because we are here doing the things that we have been taught to do, right? We have been taught to build legacy. We have been taught to build business. We are on the grind. We are going at it. We are going after it hard, right? To make sure that our kids have something. And if we don't plan ahead, then a simple marriage can take down the whole legacy. Stephen?
I have a personal story on lawyers, which is why understand the incentives of the person you're talking to, and you'll understand how to do business with it. A lawyer makes his money on the back end of a probate situation. So a simple will, if you ever want to get into trouble, they'll give it to you for free. Go down to any financial service person, they'll give you a free will. What that does is an instruction to the probate court on exactly how to handle that, and all the billing will occur upon your death, but it'll be very affordable, and he will not be doing you a favor. That's what happened to me. I went to a lawyer. I asked him to protect me from my family, and he did what was in his best interest. 2.5 years in probate system. I lost the case. I was amazed. But I do know now that I understand the person I'm talking to. What Jadeenah offers that is different is we are a legal document preparing service. We have to do it right the first time. We're going to explain to you high-level ways of protecting assets that you haven't even thought of, perfectly legal. We're going to explain it to you. You're going to be well-educated when you walk out. If you're interested in our service, we have the clipboard on the table over there. I'm in sales, by the way, so sign up. We'll contact you at your leisure or our leisure. It's $9.95 for the initial consultation if everything's done in the house. That's an irrevocable will. But your revocable trust. The more complicated ones, the ones that protect assets, the ones that create legacies, you can make your wills in perpetuity for 365 years. You can do something significant with assets. And we know how to do it, and we know why we should do it correctly.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of education, if that's okay. Are you okay with education?
Yeah.
I told y'all, I'm up here all day. Are you okay with education?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are different types of trust. There are two different types of trust, right? There are revocable living trusts, which are simple probate trusts, right? Keep the house in the family. One generation we're talking about, generally handing it off, right? We've taught these children how to do everything. We trust them. Or we trust somebody, right? That's going to be either a trust protector or something of the sort, a trustee. Then there are irrevocable trusts. One of the best irrevocable trusts that you can do is a dynasty trust. That dynasty trust, you can determine when the children and the grandchildren and the great-great-grandchildren and the great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren get funds. There can be stipulations after you go to college. There's a little bit of money when you buy a house. There's money here, there's money there, right? You can assign a trust protector that can be your bank or an annuity company or a different trust service to keep that legacy in place. You are basically telling and managing your legacy from the grave, right? I know we don't like to think about it a lot. We don't like to think about dying. We don't like to think about trust and wills and everything like that. But just as Stephen said, a will, there is a mandatory filing with the state of Nevada. It has to go to probate. You are not skipping anything. All you have done now with the will, and if you want me to give you a will, go ahead, I'll give you a will, but I'm going to advise against it. Let me tell you why. Because you have done nothing but just tell the probate courts to go ahead and do it this way. They hire their own administration, and then they charge a fee. But if you set it up beforehand, which you can, that's the good news. Somebody say good news. Good news. Good news. If you set it up beforehand, you can take care of everything, and you take away your family and your loved ones having to make the most difficult decisions that they need to make at the most difficult time in their life when they've lost their loved one. Okay? We sound good? Now, again, there is a sign-up sheet if you want to just talk, if you want to banter a little bit, we do that. No problem. Write your name down, put your email down, your phone number. We'll get back to you. And you can talk to us at any time. And we're just here for education and informational purposes, okay? All right. Do you guys have any questions? They said we got 1 minute. Any questions? Questions? Okay. Well, you got a question? Okay. Am I on social media? I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn at Jadeenah. Yeah, or you can go to Family Legacy Planners. Sorry? J-A, thank you. J-A-D, like David, E-E-N-A-H. Yes.
You didn't touch upon wealth protection while you're alive.
Yes, yes. That is, you can protect absolutely, you can, with the irrevocable trust, you can protect your wealth while you're still here. Funds will be set aside, and you determine how that goes, right? I'm not going to say that it goes for everybody, right? But a trust, never let somebody say this one thing is good for everybody, because that's not the truth. Everybody's situation is different. So we need to sit down and have a conversation to understand what your personal goals are, what you want, where you want your funds to go, whether you don't like one of your children or not. We need to know that ahead of time, right? So some of us don't. It's okay. It's okay. Some of them didn't act it up. And we want them to do something else. But it's something that we can do. All right. They tell me to wrap it up. If you have any more questions, just visit us over here, okay? All right.